Okay, so we're good. Hi everyone. Again, my name is Jesse Dan-Yusuf. I'm excited about having this conversation with you. 2020 for me, honestly, I feel is a great year. Um, I don't know what's your it holds lots of promises. I feel it is pregnant with promises, if you permit me to use that language. And I'm really looking forward to all the things that people will do. I will achieve as well. And one of the things I want to see do is build a community of founders, creators, creatives, and people who just want to advance their career in one way or the other. And I believe that one of the ways you do that is through branding. Now, branding is often seen as for some people is often seen as this bad word, like you have to fake it to make it type of thing. But that's not what branding is. Branding, I believe, is simply just telling a story. It's evoking an emotion. Branding, according to someone, is what people say about you when you're not in the room. It is basically the story of your reputation. That is what a brand is. So you can deliberately cultivate a brand, or you let people cultivate your brand. So you can intentionally manage your reputation. So as I'm sure you guys are aware that there are people that their jobs simply their reputation managers, right? You guys know that, right? So that's what branding is. There are people that basically are reputation managers. That's what they do. That's all that they do. So I want us to understand that don't be afraid of the word branding. Everybody has a brand, whether you like it or not. Everyone has a brand. Everyone has a brand, whether you like it or not. But now you are here, you want to intentionally build your brand, or you want to intentionally build that's your personal brand, or your your business brand. So we're going to just jump right in because I really like to be practical. I will just go through a PDF document that I've put up for you guys, and I would love to answer your questions. I would love to answer all your questions. So we're going to start very quickly. Everybody can see the screen. Great. Thank you, Shakina. All righty. Okay. So my name again is Jesse Dan-Yusuf. I lead and run a creative technology company called Fireworks, which I founded in 2016. I help brands and businesses tell their stories so that they can gain attention, right? And to help them reach their business goals. So for this, because there's so much to do, I really just want to talk about personal branding first, right? And it's just a short guide. Like I said, some people are averse to hearing the word personal branding because they think it's you becoming what's the word now? It's you becoming okay, so someone is asking if, don't worry, I'm going to send you emails. It's recording right now, and I will send you the link. So there's no need for you to record. Anyway, so people think personal branding is about you becoming something that you're not. People think personal branding is about you being a reality TV personality. Or so when they think of personal branding, they think of the Kardashians, they think of people that are doing reality TV shows. That's not what personal branding is. Basically, like I said, everyone has a personal brand. You are either cultivating it properly or you are letting people cultivate it for you. Okay, so the personal brand guide for everyone. Welcome again to Fireworks. Okay, anyway, so I run Fireworks. Fireworks U, if you look to the top left, there's a logo. Fireworks U is the education arm of my company. And Fireworkshops is obviously the weekly workshops that I host on Fireworkshops. So I believe that we are in one of the greatest opportunities of our time. Like our generation, I joke around sometimes that when most of our generation, when we get to heaven, one of the things God is going to ask us is, what did we do with the internet? We have access to information that 50 years ago, no one had access to information. That kind of information we can use it to better our lives, partners. Like the internet is that amazing. I'm sorry, swap my internet provider. So if you can still hear me, give me a thumbs up or something. All right, great. So I said we are in the greatest opportunity of our lifetime. I believe that because of the internet, more people have access than ever before. Of course, the place is saturated, right? There's so much noise, but how do you cut across the noise? That's what great branding does. And branding is not a logo. Branding is not about your colors. Those are just brand elements. Branding, like I said, is the reputation you have. Is the reputation you have. So you can build that. And I think that every one of us, whether you are a business founder, whether you're a startup founder, whether you are a creator or you are just an employee, you don't have any concerns with business, you just want to advance your career, you can still use branding to achieve that. So why personal branding? Like I said, personal branding will help you navigate and cut through the noise. You'll be able to stand out. You'll be distinct from others. People will be able to identify you, or you'll be able to evoke a perception or emotion, right? Because of the kind of brand you cultivate. I believe so sincerely. So, my earnest, wish is that you build great brands that impact you, your income, your influence, basically your reputation. I'm hoping that that's what you'll be able to do. So, what's a personal brand? A personal brand is everybody has a personal brand of some kind. Personal branding is the cultivation of one's identity to your employers, to your friends, and the world at large, to your customers, whatever, right? For those of you who are coaches, for those of you who are consultants, I believe sincerely that the personal brand is the cultivation of your identities, cultivation of your reputation to your employers. So personal branding is about telling a story, your journey, the story of where you've been, where you are, and where you're going to. Why? I don't know how many of us just identify, how many of us saw the story of chess in slums recently? Tunde, the Tunde fellow who goes to the slums of Lagos and teaches young kids, underprivileged kids that will not necessarily have access. He teaches them, how to play, how to play chess. So that story, that story broke wide because And many of us supported it because of the story it was telling. Tunde, whether deliberately or not, he was helping chess in slums by telling a story, right? The story, he had the vision, he had the resources, and he will go to the slums and teach, 10 dozens of young children how to play chess. And for many of them now, their lives never remained the same. And he has been doing this for quite a while. I never knew about this until I saw, some Twitter threads since last year, but I only caught up with that this year. But that's what branding does. If you're able to tell a story about what you've done, where you are, your vision, where you are right now, where you're going, people are drawn to that. You use stories to build a brand, your personal brand or your business brand. So examples of great personal brands: Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, and Nigerian music producer, and music executive Don Jazzy. So Elon Musk, as I'm sure many of you are aware, he is the founder and CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, the Boring Company, right? He is all these great technology companies. But beyond doing all of that, Elon has an amazing personal brand. He grants interviews, he tells stories of his vision, he explains why he's doing what he's doing. He's very active on social media. That helps a lot. Oprah Winfrey, who is the founder and CEO of OWN, which is her media company. For years, I'm sure you guys are aware, she ran a TV show called, what was it called? The Oprah Winfrey Show, I guess. But she built a great personal brand to the point where she will literally affect sales of things. Like if Oprah talks about your product on her show, those days when she was it will be sold out. There's something called the Oprah Winfrey effect. You can look it up. The Oprah Winfrey effect. If Oprah talks about your book, you're landing on the bestseller list. So she had great personal brand. Then Nigerian Don Baba J. Many of us know him, Don Jazzy. Don Jazzy used his personal brand, especially after Mo Hits split. He became very active on social media, signed those artists, and used his social media to build a following, to build a community. And he's still very much active, so he does giveaways, he helps people, helps their businesses, pays people's school fees. He has the funds for that, but, Don Jazzy has a great personal brand, and he directs it towards what concerns him, his business, his music business. Okay. So what then is you pay a price for not building a personal brand. And the cost of not building a personal brand is that you lose opportunities. If you're not able to put out your stories, people will not know about you, people will not know about your reputation. And then what you lose is opportunities, because personal brands, these stories help you build opportunities. And by building opportunities, you're able to grow your influence and your income, if that's something that you're looking at, if those are your goals. So the cost of not building a personal brand, but I'm sure every one of you here wants to build a brand, whether you like it or not. The cost of not building a brand is very costly. It's very costly. It costs a lot. Many of you know that it's not enough to build a great product. It's not enough to build a great product. That is why Coca-Cola, Nike, Apple, and some of these companies spend a significant amount of their budget just pushing, marketing their brands, telling their stories. Some of them, their marketing budgets go into billions. I think Coca-Cola's budget is I know it's in billions. I can't remember how much. I looked it up like last month, but I know it's very expensive. So the cost of not doing that, and that is Coca-Cola, which is everywhere, which is everywhere. So think about the opportunities you've lost because you've not built a strong brand for your business or your own personality. So many of you here claim to be introverts. Am I introverts here? Can I get a witness? Is there any introverts in the house? Is there anybody that is struggling with the idea of telling stories of themselves? Yes, Stephen. Woo, you're not alone. I am an introvert as well, or I like to think of myself as an introvert, right? Okay, Temitope, thank you. So you guys are not alone, trust me. I'm an introvert as well. You are a repentant introvert. I like that. I'll use that. I could describe myself as a repentant introvert as well. But many of us, we cringe at the idea of engaging, of telling our stories. But have you noticed that it's almost as if the world responds to the loudest people, right? So the louder you are, it seems that the louder these people are, the more they get these opportunities. Well, unfortunately, being loud does not mean that you have a great product or you're great value, great ethics or whatever, right? So for you that you have this great thing, idea, product, service, whatever it is, why are you not telling your story? Why are you not pushing yourself? And you don't have to be in front of the camera to build a personal brand. That's that's a mistake people make. You don't have to turn on the camera to build a personal brand. That's a mistake people make. So introverts, my dear introverts, you need to be repentant like the way Adeze and myself are right now. All right. So what the introvert's dilemma? On one hand, introverts have a fear of missing out, and at the same time, there is a fear of going out. So the dilemma is right smack at the middle. On the left, you have this fear of missing out opportunities, right? You have this fear of missing out opportunities. You have this fear of missing out opportunities. And on the right, there's this fear of putting yourself out there. So the dilemma is, am I comfortable missing out opportunities? And how much of myself do I want to put out there? But there is a way out for us. All you need to do is tell your story. All you need to do is be able to tell your story. So as an introvert, you need to conquer the fear of missing out and also kill this fear of missing out and also kill this fear of going out, of putting yourself out there. So some of the myths about personal branding, some of the myths we hear are personal branding means you are selfish and narcissistic. No, that's why I said, unfortunately, some of the biggest brands are loud, but it doesn't mean you have to be selfish and narcissistic, because what we see in our generation is many people are just saying me, 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 me. But using the guy, the Chess in Slums guy, Tunde used his platform to direct attention to Chess in Slums. So you can see that it was not just about him. There is a greater goal. So of course, you may not be doing something, that's altruistic as building building Chess in Slums. But if you're a founder and you're trying to push your business, it's not just about you. You need to start thinking about your business now, right? You need to start thinking about your business and position yourself as someone that is telling the story about your business, or position yourself as a thought leader in your industry. Make sense? These things help a lot. As a creator, you need to put yourself out there, that you are skilled with something and you're able to, execute, build, create, execute, distribute to the world. Personal branding is not about being selfish or narcissistic. Personal branding is not about being famous. It is not about being famous. Like I said, many people think because you have to build a personal brand, you have to live and behave like the Kardashians. That's not what personal branding is about. Yes, they are probably the most famous family on earth, but that's not what personal branding is about, right? Then personal branding, it's not for me. That's what some introverts say. I've dealt with that like 5 minutes ago. And some people think personal branding is not important. That is a lie of the devil. Why? Because I have told you, branding is simply reputation. That is what it is. So personal branding is your personal reputation. So if you are not what's the word now, concerned about your reputation, then that it would not be important. But you are here, you are in this class, so you are concerned about your brand reputation, your business reputation, or your personal reputation. So branding helps that. What does branding help you do? It would distinguish between other people, or the competition, right? So Nike is not the only sports company, but they do great branding, great storytelling to distinguish themselves from the competition. Yeah. So branding is very important. Get it out of your mind that branding is not important. My goodness, you need to deal with that. So some of you even think, no, it's too late. I can't open a Twitter account now. It's too late for me. I can't be active on Twitter. It's too late for me. I can't build, I can't open an Instagram account or be as active as Instagram. It's too late for me. My goodness, that's another lie you're telling yourself. It's not too late. You can still get in the game. Obviously, there is something called first movers advantage. That's the people who get in first. The people who get in first enjoy attention, right, on some of these platforms. But social media is these platforms is a shifting landscape. I'm always concerned when I see somebody go to university to learn social media management, because in the next 6 months, you may not understand Instagram. Am I lying or am I lying? Am I saying the truth or am I saying the truth? Yeah. In the next 6 months, they may release a feature. I hear that the Instagram CEO is considering adding NFTs as a feature. So it's not too late for you. It's not too late for you. It's not too late for your brand. 2022 is a time, just study the platform, study the ones you're comfortable with, and start creating on it. Okay, so you now say my credentials will speak for me. In 2022, no. In 2022, it should be your merit, your credentials, and your reputation. It is your credentials and your reputation. So it should not be, of course, empty vessels making loud noise. You understand? That is an excuse we use often. But you should use your credentials, things that you have done. Meritocracy, the internet, the internet rewards executioners. Like the internet rewards doers. If you are a doer, if you are a consistent person, the internet rewards you. So I see great people just fly under the radar. People who don't, forgive me, may not even deserve some positions, but because they built some kind of reputation, they are able to enter into certain opportunities. So don't think, oh, I have a first class from university, everything will just build a reputation. Build a reputation. So we've dealt with these myths, right? There are more, but I just wanted us to deal with that. So personal branding is about, number one, telling your story. Just think about it as that. Hey, my name is Jesse. I run a creative technology company called Fireworks. The reason I started Fireworks was because when I was younger, I had visions or dreams of seeing myself in fire and working in fire. Whatever story you want to tell your story. There are people that will connect to it. There's always going to be an audience. So you can either start a community or join a community, but make sure you are telling your story. So show your work. Personal branding is about showing your work. So like I said, the internet rewards doers. What are you doing? What are you doing? Show people what you're working on. Let me tell you guys, for many of you who think, oh, if I put this out, somebody will steal my idea. Very possible, but there's nobody has monopoly of an idea. I can't think of how many times I've seen something I've told my wife in the privacy of our home, an idea I've had. Then I see someone somewhere that I can't even. There's no way he would have been in close to my proximity, and that person is executing. So the internet is not about having ideas. Ideas come and go, my guy. It's about delivering something. So personal branding is about showing your work, show people what you're working on. There's a marketing strategy now called building in public, and many people do that right now. So you announce on Twitter, hey, my name is Jesse, I am building Fireworks, and this is what we want to do. Then you tweet an update. It's 3 months now, we've managed to close 3 clients. It's 4 months now, we've launched this product. You understand? Whatever it is, show your work. Tell your story, show your work. Then it's about documenting your journey. It's about documenting your journey. For employees or career-based individuals, LinkedIn and Twitter is a great space. Almost all social media is a great way to tell your story and show your work. But all these platforms have different ways of doing that. So document your journey. And I know we're just talking about personal branding today, but these principles apply to building a business brand as well. So Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group, says, today, if you want to succeed as an entrepreneur, you also have to be a good storyteller. You also have to be a good storyteller. So people are attracted to stories because we are social. We are creatures who can relate to other people. That's by a man called Keith Kissenberry. All right. So that's why you need to start building your reputation. You build your reputation by telling your story. And why do people want stories? People want stories because they want to escape from their lives. Why are people constantly on TikTok, watching Instagram Reels for hours on end? Because of escapism. We want to leave the moment and we want something to make people feel guilt. Do you know one of my goals this year is as many people as I can reach. As many people as I can reach. I want them to turn from consuming content to creating content. Because if you're only a consumer, you just get fat off other people's dumb stuff, because there's a lot of dumb stuff on social media. And I want you to move past that. I want you to grow in your business, your career, or whatever it is you're interested in. So people want stories because they want to escape from their lives. People want to meet the person behind the brand. People want to meet you. People want to find new motivation. And people want to learn something new. So types of stories you should be telling: origin stories, why stories. I think I'll delve into that next week, but I'll just glance straight now. Origin stories. In fact, this is going to be our topic next week, so don't miss next week's stories. Origin stories, why stories, human stories, value stories, client or testimonials, and teaching stories. So yeah, we'll be doing that next week. But just to touch on origin story. Origin story simply is the story of where you're coming from. For those of you who watch superhero films, some of the Marvel and DC films, they spend a considerable amount of time in the 1 hour, 30 minutes or 2 hour films trying to make you understand the origins of the superhero or the origins of the protagonist. Same way, if you can transfer those principles, you should spend some time telling some stories. How many of you know Shola from Paystack? The Paystack, one of the Paystack co-founder. Right. I don't know if you guys noticed yesterday, he launched a company, a sporting company called Sporting Lagos. So what if you read the what's the word now? If you read the website and the video they put out, on the video, he talked about how he remembers the joy Nigeria had winning the 94 Olympics, right? And he wants that again. He remembers, and on the website he talked about how his father passed last year, and he got to spend some time with his mother, and he now started thinking about the legacy he was going to leave, which was interesting because he literally is the founder of Paystack and is thinking of his legacy. But I can commend him because he now says, okay, I have access, I have influence, I have the financials. I'm going to turn some of these street boys who love football and put them in an academic type setting. So he used his origin story to invite people to become founding members. So with 50,000 Naira or $100, you could become a founding member of I'm so sorry. Can everybody hear me now? Okay. Excuse me. So don't be afraid to use personal branding, narrative thinking to tell your stories, to tell your. Okay, so personal brand storytelling. Yeah. Okay. So we've come to the end. We're going to take questions, but I just wanted to share something with you. So this year. I want to work with as many people as I can. Not as many, pardon me. I want to work with cohorts of about 50 people, right? And help them build their personal brands or their business brands. So I'm starting something called the Fired Up Pro group. Can everyone see the screen? Can anyone see the screen? All right. So I'm starting something called the Fired Up Pro group. And the Fired Up Pro group is just basically a a group of people that I want to work with directly to help them build their personal brands. We'll be doing strategy. So you'll be part of a private group, a private community. You'll be getting bonus events. I'll be launching courses throughout the year, which will cost nothing less than 50,000 naira for some of the courses on their own. But my birthday was on Monday and I turned 31 on Monday. So I thought I'm going to give my community a special discount. This price for 31,000 naira is for the year, for $75. Is for the entire year. So you get to be part of the Fired Up Pro group. We meet weekly. Besides this, we'll be having Wednesday workshops, courses that will help you guide this thing. I'll be giving you workbooks, strategy, manuals, everything that you need to grow your personal brand or your business brand. So for 31,000 naira, which is about 2,600 naira per month, you will be part of a group and we'll be encouraging one another and growing. So on the link below, this is for 1 year. For 1 year, 31,000 naira. And that's because, like I said, it's my birthday. It's my birthday age, not 31,000, but 31. I turned 31 on Monday. So I encourage you to, be part of this. I'm going to email you the link as well to partake of this. But the fireworkshops on Friday will remain free and free forever, as far as you've signed up and you're here. But there are things that I will share in the Fired Up Pro group that I cannot share on this sessions. But still, I will give as much value as possible. The beautiful thing about the pro group is you get direct coaching, direct private community, and content that is specific for you. All right. So any questions? Shoot your questions. I want to answer as many as possible. So anyone wants to go, raise your hand or just unmute your mic and then I'll answer your questions. We have less than 10 minutes left and I want to answer as many questions as possible. So let's do this.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Is anybody there?
Can you hear me? Hello? Okay.
Hello, yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. My name is Phil. I am a web developer and an aspiring entrepreneur. So I've had this business for past some years now. But
Phil, I can't hear you. Or is it me?
Yeah, we can hear him.
Was somebody speaking?
Yes.
I honestly cannot hear Phil. That's interesting.
Hello? Hello, Jesse, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
My bad. All right.
Okay. I said my name is Phil.
Hi, Phil.
Fine, thank you. I'm a web developer, more like a tech person. And more like an aspiring entrepreneur, or have been an entrepreneur for quite some years now. I have this business which is registered, and website also. And I'm having this challenge of branding, just as you said, or trying to scale it up, to put the limelight of people to see. So right now, so this year is what I really wanted to do, because the business has been dormant. The website is paying domain name restriction, hosting, and domain name every year on it. So I don't really know where to begin, because it's a website development company.
Oh, it's a web dev company.
Yeah.
How many people have you told about it?
No one. That's why I'm saying I'm in a dilemma. Just as you said.
See, so one of the things you need to overcome that fear, and just start posting what you are doing and what you're about, right? I believe as a developer, you have some works that you've done.
Yes, I do. And that's a challenge. My problem is the time now marketing myself now, because most time you find yourself trying to.
Can you afford a marketer?
Marketer?
Yeah.
What kind of marketer? Like?
Can you afford a marketer? Can you afford to hire somebody?
Sure, I can.
If you can, then no problem. But for many people that are starting their business, they have to be their own marketer, right? Because hiring is basically about scaling yourself, but it's something you need to do regardless, Phil. You need to just basically start telling people. What platform did you find the link to this?
Instagram.
Okay, so if I had not posted on Instagram, you would have not seen this, right? So you should probably start doing the same thing, taking advantage of your Instagram. Start showing people what you've done, then tell people what you can do. Think of it that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so don't overthink it. Just start gathering, okay, here's what I've done. Here's what I've done. Here's what I am doing. Here's what I can do for you. Then you just start sharing. You start learning. Then there are people in your space that are doing great work. There is a way to study how they are doing it. I mean, even marketing their services, study how they are doing it. And then you just kind of like copying their strategy.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have people you admire in your space?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
So what the assignment I'll give you is just go study how they tell people about their work.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
Any other person? Yes, Dami.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dan. Yeah. So I work in tech support basically. So and I've been in this journey of probably just transitioning myself to where I feel, when you're in somewhere and you feel like you're not doing as much as you can, and looking towards like transitioning basically to cybersecurity, basically. Yeah. So like one of the things you said, branding. If you don't talk about yourself, people we not really know what you do. So one of the decisions I took a few days ago, because like throughout January I've been consistently studying like almost every day. Yeah. So one of the decisions I took is I decided to open a brand new like Twitter account and to document my journey. I like what I learn every day. So I'm like, although you mentioned something in that regard, I have my normal Twitter account, but because like I'm not really the kind of person that come on Twitter probably to share my life stories and all that, I felt like probably I was not really comfortable as an introvert to just be typing stuff. So I just decided to like start something new, just build myself in that aspect. Probably one day when I get what I want, I might transition into my main account. But I don't feel. Do you feel it's a good idea, or should I just use my current account to probably push myself out there?
Maintaining, for me, maintaining one account is already work. So I mean, I get the reason why you may want to have a personal account, but maintaining one account is already work in itself. So what I'll say is, why don't you use the accounts you already have, right? And push from there, honestly. There are people, I'm sure, in your space that will want to help out, that can help out, right? I'll encourage you to just share your journey. One of my friends transitioned into becoming a developer. And on his first day, he just said, today I've started learning about today I'm starting, what did he tweet? Today I'm learning, I don't know, one of the languages. And this is 2 years later. And I'm telling you, he is working for 2 startups abroad right now. 2 startups abroad right now. So, but all the while, I see him document his journey. He tells people his journey. He's talking about, I don't know what developers talk about, GitHub or whatever, bugs or whatever they talk about, right? And he's built like a small community there. And, these things really help. And cybersecurity is a very niche community. So if you're one of the faces of that community, people, for instance, now that you've told me you're studying cybersecurity, you're already top of mind. If I come across a conversation that that maybe someone is looking for someone that does cybersecurity, right? I'm thinking, Dami. Do you get? So imagine that on a larger scale on social media when you're talking about, hey, I'm transitioning into cybersecurity. I'm learning about this. Like, join me on my journey. There's nothing there. Nobody's going to like laugh at you or make fun of you or whatever. So I will encourage you to do that.
All right.
Yeah. Sure. Any other person? Steven. Hi, Steven. Steven, are you there?
Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Steven Damilola. I'm a front web dev. I started the journey in 3 years now. So I just wanted to contribute to what Phil and Dami said, that I'm like a very, very, very strong introvert. Very, very, very strong. And I noticed like the major issue I have is I overthink it. Like whenever I want to post my picture, I overthink it. Whenever I want to put out like my work or anything, I overthink it. And at the end of the day, I might post it, and after 10 minutes, I'll delete it again. So what I just basically said was like take a particular picture and just make that my brand. Like for example, my profile picture is what I use basically on all my social media, and I always
Steven.
my work.
Steven, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
So I won't lie, I don't know what's wrong, but I can barely hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
It's so low. That's the issue.
Okay, let me try.
Okay. Meanwhile, let me answer Shekina's question. Please, can you give actionable steps to break out of the fear of promoting your personal brand? I'm going to be real with you. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Do you want to grow? Do you want more? Do you want better opportunities? You need to find a way to be distinct from others. The way to be distinct is to manage your reputation. And reputation management is branding, basically. And that is basically you telling your story. So you need to get over the fear of thinking about what others think about you. What others think about you is not like necessarily your business. Like the most important thoughts should be you understand? How do you see yourself? What are you going? Where are you going to? So people may put you down in one way or the other, but that should not. We have all these fears and tell ourselves stories. And the stories we tell ourselves are often not true. So what's the worst that could happen if you tell your story? So get over it. And I'm looking forward to what you do, Shekina. All right. Or is it Shekina? I hope, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not butchering your name. Steven, let's try again. Or will you type your question? Yours will be the last question and then we'll be out of here. This was supposed to be 45 minutes.
Hello?
I've done 1 hour. Yes.
Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes.
Okay, I was saying, I said my name is Damilola Steven. I'm a front-end web dev. I just wanted to talk a little about Phil and Dami's question that about posting pictures and all. I have that issue too. Mine at times I post them and after 10 minutes I delete them back because I don't know, I just start overthinking. So what I just did was I took a picture, like I took a particular picture and I just used it as my brand, like what I'm using right now as my profile picture is what I use everywhere on my social media. And secondly, what I decided to do this year was to, instead of focusing on like too many social media platforms like Instagram, I just, okay, let me focus on like two, which was Twitter and LinkedIn. So focusing actually could help to when it comes to branding, like just focus on. Yeah, that's what I just want to say.
Yeah. Also, I really think so. People think Instagram is just about, yes, Instagram rewards images, right? It rewards Instagram rewards beautiful people. So if what the world sees as beautiful, Instagram rewards these people, gives them lots of attention. But there are many, many more people who are using it for educational purposes. And you only need to just find these people. You will never see their faces, but they are creating content that informs and is educational. So if you're not comfortable putting out your picture, that's great. But like I said, what are you using your social media for? What is your social media for? What is your social media for? Are you using it to grow your personal brand so that you can grow your career and your business? Right? You need to reevaluate that and not be concerning yourself about who is getting more likes or more followers. How am I telling my story on my social media? That's how you should start seeing it. I hope that helps. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. And lastly, just go to the link and join the pro group, the Fired Up Pro group, for 2,600 a month. Very, very affordable. And or $75 a year, or $31, 31,000 naira a year, or $75 a year. So on the link below, you'll see you're going to get to be part of that. So I encourage every one of you to join. But see you. I'll be sending out emails. Today, I'm also releasing a podcast, the first of 2022. I encourage you to just go and search for the Fireworks podcast with Jesse Dan-Yusuf. Thank you very much. There are two things I need from you. Can you tell people about this class if you really enjoyed it? Can you tell people about this class by using the Fired Up hashtag? Fireworkshop. Fireworkshop hashtag, right? And you can just tell people about if this class was impactful, that would be really helpful for me. So 3 things. Join the Fired Up Pro group. You'll become part of a private community, special content delivered just for you and more. Then on your social media, I will really love feedback. And if you can tell people about this, it will really be a great blessing for me. So thank you very much. I hope this was helpful. I will be emailing this video as well, probably later today. So thank you again, guys. Have an amazing Friday. Bye.